A very good morning to one and all who presented here for the panel discussion. In the meantime, I would like to introduce our panel members. Each panel members has their own integrity, experience, and in-depth knowledge on their domains. And we are proud to have them as a panel members for our panel discussion in the topic digital transformation in post-pandemic. First, let me introduce the first panel member, Dr. Sundarajan R. Dr. Sundarajan R has 39 years of work experience on different capacities on missile systems related activities at defense research and development. On post-retirement, he served as a HOD of ECE and engineering institution, and also he is working as a research director in multinational firm involved in realization of RF seeker system for tactical missile application. Currently, he is working at ARI of Dr.M.G.R. Educational Research and Institute as Defense Project Advisor, and he is also interested in research activities related to system identification, servo design using current technologies, modeling, and simulation. We are happy to have you here for the panel discussion, sir. Welcome, sir. And the
Thank
second
you.
panel member is Dr. Sherimon PC. Dr. Sherimon PC is a faculty member at Faculty of Computer Studies, Arab Open University, Oman. He has 23 years of teaching, research, and administrative experience in different institutions, and also he won the first National Research Award from the Research Council TRC Government of Oman, and he won Group Research Award for the Arab Open University in the year 2015, and Best Researcher Award in 2022. He won Research Excellence Award from Mahatma Gandhi University, India in the year 2020. He is awarded COVID-19 research project from the government of Oman, and he also published more than 75 research papers in indexed journals, and he has presented papers in various international conferences. He serves as the reviewer of TRC and the other international journals, and he serves as the principal investigator of many research projects funded by the Research Council Oman and other funding agencies. He has published a book titled Current Computer World. We are happy to have you here for the panel discussion, sir. Welcome, sir. And the third panel member is Mr. K. Tangaraj. Mr. K. Tangaraj, he has nearly 26 years of work experience in financial service, wealth management, capital market domain, NBFC, software industry, FCMG industry, with managerial and supervisory experience in business management, marketing, HR administration, finance, multi-location, and multi-business vertical management, training and development. Currently, he is the CEO of Ashirwad Wealth and Property Solutions and partner Ashirwad Financial Services. He also into part-time freelance assignments, and also he worked as an administrative professions in MNCs. We are happy to have you here, sir. Welcome for the panel discussion, sir. And our fourth panel member is Austin PM. Austin PM is an engineer and an MBA from IIM Bangalore with more than 2 decades of managerial experience in banking and financial services, internet-based technologies, and education. He set up carstreet.com, India's first auto website for SIFI, and he founded India's first personal finance fintech startup, PaisaPower.com, funded by ICICI Ventures. He was the director of the Management Development Center at Liba, Chennai. Also, he was the country head India for St. Joseph University, USA. He trained under Dr. Sue Knight, an internationally acclaimed NLP expert based in London. Austin has conducted a wide range of personal growth programs for hundreds of students, faculty, and working professionals. Currently, he is the CEO of EduCentral, an internet education startup focused on offering deep technology courses to college students and working professionals. He is a conference speaker and also visiting faculty at several well-known business schools. I'm happy to have you here for the panel discussion, sir. Welcome, sir. And the
Thank
fifth
you.
panel member is Aruna Srikanth. Ms. Aruna Srikanth has 22 years of experience with 18 plus years of experience in IT industry, working on large-scale implementation in Oracle. She started her IT career with Oracle India, Bangalore, spent and then moved on to Infosys, one of the largest Indian MNC headquartered in Bangalore. She has been with Infosys for the past 14 years, and Aruna had led large Oracle transformation programs for retail and CPG clients at the capacity of solution architect, providing end-to-end solutions to complex business requirements involving multiple external applications. We are happy to have you here for the panel discussion, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. So now the moderator, Ms. Sindhusha,
Thank
will
you.
take over the session.
Thank you, Ms. Preeta, and very good morning to all the panel members.
like me, everybody in the department are very excited to have your ideas and views about the digital transformation. Thank you, Peter, for introducing me. So can we just start off with a question, because we feel like rather than discussing, there are few questions which I have collected from the students end actually. So can we just can I just shoot out the questions and you can just give your opinions in your respective fields?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. So the first question is, where do we stand in terms of digital transformation in your respective fields? I guess we can start with Dr. Sundarajan, sir.
So this is a digital, if you really see, it has got many advantages, at the same time there's a lot of disadvantages also. Both the things are there with this. So in our field is concerned, yes, we were basically working at the time of starting on missile design and whatnot. We were working mainly on the analog designs, basically, which we slowly transformed into digital. But we can only say that whatever you do in digital, finally we have to come back to analog. In our system is concerned, so long as our missile system development is concerned, we have to come back to analog. We cannot avoid the analog systems. So that is what I really see. So long as our development of missile system design and other things are concerned. Okay, that is my answer for you. We can't totally avoid analog. That is the basic.
Exactly, sir.
Would you like to add anything more?
We can pass on to Cherimon, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We can pass on to the Cherimon, sir, because sir is from education field. I guess after pandemic, there was a massive transformation in terms of education, actually. Right, sir? Because we always try to follow the chalk and talk method, but for past 2 years, we have been getting into this digital transformation in terms of learning and teaching.
Yeah, I think thank you. The entire world is talking about the digital transformation. Now, if you are participating, I'm participating in many discussions from the same topic nowadays. The question in the education sector, we would like to differentiate the education sector into higher education and school education. I am one of the board members of a Indian school system in the Sultanate of Oman, where we have around 42 schools are functioning in Oman. Indian schools are there. Everyone moved because of the situation, because of the pandemic. Everyone forced to move to a digital world. I mean, digital transformation, content-wise, learning modules like Moodles, LMS systems, many other things are there. But now, when we are talking to the academic world, frankly speaking, everyone really want to, because after 2 years, everyone was eagerly waiting to teach in a face-to-face mode, or even, I'm talking about the teaching side, of course. As a supporting platform, definitely digital transformation did a wonderful way. Thanks to COVID, in some aspects, COVID did something good to the world. One of the good things, even this conference, this virtual conference we are doing only because of this pandemic. Otherwise, we may not do like in this platform. So, but in the case of school education or even the higher education, can we transform the education into digital platform? Is it the correct way, or is it the real transformation is possible? That is the question we have to ask to the academic world now. My opinion is there is 70% maybe bad experience of the digitalization in the teaching side. Of course, content-wise, technology-wise, video, streaming, everything, we can say that more than 100% we are success. The world is success, no doubt in that. This is my first opinion. Definitely, we will continue. Okay. I have a request to other panel members can switch off their mic because there is some disturbance is coming. Okay, those who are not speaking. Sorry.
Dr. Jaishree, ma'am, I guess you can handle this. Yeah. Thank Thank you, Sharimon sir. Thank you so much. Can we just pass on the forum or the frame to Mr. K. Tangaraj sir? Like I just happened to listen to your profile that you have been come from like the HR field. Actually, you came from human resources and then you started with your own business of wealth management, wealth and property management, I guess. So, what is the role of digital transformation in your field, sir? Because I'm basically from I did my MBA. I'm from a management. I'm a manager handling the management papers for the BCA and MCA students. So I really wanted to know what is the digital transformation in the field of management.
Okay, good. Good morning to all of you and wishes to all the co-panelists. Thanks for this opportunity to Dr.M.G.R University. It's a very quite interesting topic to analyze on what is the digital transformation happen post-pandemic period. I think the world itself has totally transformed post-pandemic and primarily because of digital. And had it not been for digital, I think it will be a big question mark how the last 2 years would have passed. Be it your digital payments, your digital transactions, digital learning, whatever it is. As Dr. Sherimon sir was pointing out, even the very fact that we are conducting a conference like this digital is only because of the pandemic. Otherwise, it would have been an offline one only, right? So to put it very simple, this is the way the world is going to go forward. Digital is going to be the new world order, the new normal, which is being described, right? Whichever industry it is, and those industries which are not falling in line to adapt to this digital mode, it will be very difficult for them to survive, or it will be very difficult for them to operate on a profitability basis. So what I would like to say is every management is aware about it. For example, when the corona started, the first wave started, there were a lot of IT companies who were in a fix how to manage the situation and the new concept of work from home. Though it was earlier when somebody would have said that, sir, I'd like to be at home and work, they'd say, come on, it's not possible. How can, there's an office, you have to come to the office, was the reply that somebody would have got. But then they said, don't come to the office. Be at home wherever, but don't never even come to the office. But work has to go on. There were client commitments to be honored. There were a lot of
Are you, sir? Dr. Jayashrimam, can you please check the technical things for Tangaraj sir? Is this video is paused? Host? I guess Mr. Tangaraj sir has been struck up with some technical issues, so we can sort it out. Next, we can pass on the frame to Dr. Austin. Sir, we all know that you came from engineering background, then you shift over to management. And first of all, I need to ask you, this digital transformation came and it was born from engineering only, right, sir? Yes, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me. You have a
So,
follow-up question? I can answer both. Yeah. Okay.
so how is the engineering field in terms of digital transformation?
Okay. I think engineering is, too broad, right? So currently I work in fintech, I can tell you, something about that and then take you to the origin, right? Now, if you look at what are the driving forces, what are the major technologies that are actually creating this digital transformation? One is machine learning and AI, I'm saying shortlisting machine learning and AI because it encompasses almost all the industries. Every industry that we know. Like Andrew Ning said, AI is the new electricity, right? So it's going to affect like electricity, almost all the industries that we talk about, right? So because of two things. One is ability to predict. So you want to start something, you want to know what's likely to happen, right? You want to get married, you go to the astrologer to find out what's going to happen, right? So fortunately, based on bus data, analyzing that, machine learning can give you insights into what is likely to happen. So this is required for almost every decision that we take. And then where do we take decisions? Everywhere, right? So it's going to be an all-encompassing thing, right? And also it subsumes the other technologies. Like we do everything now on the cloud, and then IoT devices give you data, and then big data, we already know about that. So and companies like Google, Amazon, everybody's talking about democratizing AI, etc. So it's going to be everywhere. So this is one major driving factor from the engineering point of view. Second thing is the blockchain technology. So I'm sort of jumping the gun here, but blockchain, because of this impact in fintech, started with Bitcoin, and then the other projects, etc. Also, another way to look at blockchain is to look at it as a transformational layer. For example, how do we implement digital transformation through blockchain? Because it acts as a layer where we can pull in everything else and then make it happen in one layer, right? So because of this is the contribution from the engineering side to almost all industries. So specifically in fintech, what is the level of digital transformation? It is like amazing. If you miss the newsletters for one day, you're going to be like you're going to feel like you've been living under the rock for 10 years, right? So that's the kind of the pace that is happening inside the fintech area. I don't know about the other sectors. Maybe education and other things are picking up slowly, but in the area of fintech and supply chain, etc., it's huge. We have to answer additional questions if you have any.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Ma'am, your opinion, ma'am.
Yeah, I think, good morning, everyone. I'm Aruna from Emphasis. See, what's happening today is while the whole world is trying to contain the pandemic, right? So while all healthcare organizations are trying to contain the pandemic, and all the governments too, but businesses are running the way it used to be, or rather, they're trying to do to run the business and ensure business continuity. Okay, surviving in this particular post-pandemic is no longer going to be there, but you have to grow and thrive in this pandemic is going to be for the organizations is more vital, actually, if you ask me. So what if you look at the IT industries, or rather IT companies today, what they're doing is, I think Mr. Tangaraj also pointed out, it's there is more of work from home that is happening. It started happening once there was a lockdown that was called for and everything. So if you look at the organizations, the IT organizations, right? So what we're doing is complete transformation, or rather complete transformation, or making the employees to work from wherever they are. If you ask me, around 47 or 48% of our workforce, that is Infosys workforce, is based out of remote locations, and it's very well working for them to work from home, and because they've been paying huge rents here, huge commute fees and all of that. So all of that has stopped now. So, and we are also able to see a lot of productivity from the employees. So that is the first I would say an advantage. There are a lot of pros and cons, but if you ask me about the advantage or the pros of this digital transformation, I think it has definitely improved the employee productivity, because people are connected throughout. Be it a vacation, because vacations are no longer a bliss now. So people are not able to take long vacations that we used to take before. So people are confined to their home, to their spaces, and they're able to work from home, and they're able to deliver a lot more than what it used to be in pre-COVID days. That's my view on this.
Thank you, Aruna, ma'am. Thank you so much. My next question would be to Dr. Sundar Rajan, sir. Sir, we all very know that you are dealing with a lot of government projects. So, in terms of digital transformation, our Prime Minister was like very keen on quote everywhere, wherever he goes, like he used to quote that digital India. So, how is it like the journey of digital India in terms of Indian government?
See, to answer your question, so you would like me to discuss on my area, or you would like to discuss in the academics and other sides?
Definitely, your area, sir. Yes, sir.
My area, if you really take, as on date, the digital transformation, whatever has taken place, that much amount of knowledge is not there with the current people who are joining the earlier. Okay, now the reason why I am telling you this point is mainly because our field basically requires a lot of basic concepts understanding and what do you call analytical power. But it is a digital transformation when you are talking about. Now the people are more interested only in the application. They want to go to a computer and then immediately want to solve a problem without knowing what the problem is. They only know certain coding that they try to do and then keep on experimenting on that without knowing the basic content of the subject. That is what the biggest drawback I will consider. That paperwork, what we used to do in our days, and then try to go in for a design and then implementation order, testing, etc. That type of culture today we are not able to follow, and we cannot follow also in our areas basically because it needs a very deep analysis power. We should know the basic concepts. Only if we are thorough, then only we should go into our computer system to operate and then see the results and analysis. Okay, that is lagging very much today as of now. So that is the way I will say that the digital transformation from my area is concerned, right? People are not that much amount of knowledge is not there as of yet, especially in aerospace areas. The second point, what I have observed in the education system, if you are talking about our Dr. Sherman has very nicely pointed out one point. So, in the education system, what has happened now in the pandemic time, what has happened, really, if you go through that, all education institutions are closed, online classing. There's a lot of difference between this online classing as well as that people attend the colleges or schools and interact with the teachers and professors and then try to learn this. Because even by attending, their concepts will not become clear in the first attempt. What way this online course is going to help them out? How many are really attending that course? All those things are there. So concept grasping, if you take that main point, this is, I will only say it's a failure. That is the reason why the graduates who are coming out of all these education institutes as on date, I am not finding any great standards with them as of now. That is another important point. They know how to operate PC, that video, OTT, that WhatsApp message is seeing all the time, the telephones, all those type of things are experts. Okay. But unfortunately, these are all just only entertainment games. It is not going to produce anything great to the scientific communities. That is what is my botheration. So I am only insisting that everywhere, wherever I go, I generally say, and now second thing is another point before I proceed on this, what I have seen that you have reduced the syllabus. You see that syllabus reduction is not a solution at all to solve this problem. Similarly, that all cost category, that is another problem. So all these things is really it's all come because of this COVID. Now we have to come out of that post-pandemic when we are talking about. We have to come out of this. Again, the standard of education has to be maintained if you want to really become a scientist or whatever it is. Okay, that is one point which I would like to drive. The third important point, that's the reason why I said in the beginning, the digital thing has got no doubt some advantages. If you understood the concept afterwards, after Dr. Shriman pointed out, yes, we have to make it further, then it gives an easy solution. You do not have to do a lot of paperwork, but the first work has to be on paper. That's what will make you to understand the problem, clarity of the problem, you know how to analyze the problem. Those things have to be there in the beginning before you go into this digital mode, is what is my feeling. So, like at the education these things are concerned. No doubt in the pandemic time, as somebody pointed out, that it has helped in many ways because you can sit at home, order your food, everything you can see by using the digital platform. Okay, these are all just entertainment things which has gone. But from a scientific point of view, definitely you need a lot of quality education, which is possible only through your classroom sessions and interaction with your professors and teachers with standards. That is what I feel personally about this. Anything more you would like to say? I want to add, or you can react. The panel members can react to this.
So I hope like Sundarajan sir is inviting all the guests to interact, I guess. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you can interact. Most welcome.
But sir, as you told rightly that the education is the one part which we need to concentrate because
Yeah.
that is where we can put the pathway for digital transformation or in terms of education.
See, today what is
Uh,
happening, very sorry
I
to say
can
that,
pass on
Dr.
this
is,
question to Dr.
what,
Sherimon sir. Sir,
before
he
that, just
himself has
1 minute
passed
you
on
give
one
me.
question towards you, sir. Yes, sir, Sundarajan sir. Yes, sir.
Only one point I want to add. Nowadays, suppose even if I
Sir,
ask
your
my
voice is
junior
not
10
audible,
students,
sir. Sir.
see, nowadays, you're able to hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Nowadays, what is happening, if I give a problem to my juniors, first thing is, without knowing what problem he has to solve, he goes to the computer and puts the
எனக்கு
answer.
கேட்கலையா இல்ல எல்லாருக்கும் கேக்குதா எனக்கு கேட்கல ஒண்ணுமே
We can all hear you. We can all.
மேம் கீர்த்தி
I'm able
கால்
to
பண்ணி
hear you. You're able to hear me, sir?
Yeah, we are audible. We are audible, sir. We
Audible.
are audible.
Okay, fine.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, today what is happening? Any problem definition. Okay, when we give, okay, you solve this problem.
So now,
we,
if you can excuse me, I have a little technical issue. I just wanted to go out of the frame and I have to get into it.
okay, please.
I think we can continue. Okay.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
continue,
right.
no? Yeah. So nowadays what is happening is, it's a practical example I'm telling you. So if you ask for any problem, if you ask your people to solve, the first he says, okay, it is possible to do, and then he just goes to the computer and then opens the thing and switch on the system. And then afterwards, he doesn't know what to proceed. He knows some commands which he gives, gets some plots. Okay, I want the things to be changed. If you tell him, he doesn't know because the subject knowledge which is required before you get into this computer system is a must, which is lacking today totally in the education system. That is what is my feeling. That is the reason tomorrow, what happened as the days to pass, when we get engineers, why engineering has been so bad nowadays today? Why? It is mainly because the quality of the people who everybody wants to become an IT man. I don't know what is that attraction in that. It is the salary which attracts them, or it is just because you do some coding and get away, know some language and get away. The basic subjects like electronics or RF engineering, these are so many wonderful subjects which has got a lot of values abroad, but nobody wants to do it. Now, our Dr. Austin nicely pointed out that regarding the artificial intelligence and machine learning, fine, first class. Artificial intelligence, there is no doubt on that because my PhD was on that. Okay. It's a good area so long as the theoretical implementation is concerned as on date, and slowly it is building up actually. For practical implementation, even we have what do you call recommended a project to aeronautical development establishment for an indigenous controller, artificial intelligence controller for UAV we have recommended actually. So that is slowly building up, but that much amount of knowledge base from where you have to create to the students. You have to create it from the education institutions only. Have you got that capability? That is what is my question. Understood. There are so many technical journals available, or the people will be able to read all this thing and grasp it. That is lacking in the engineering education is concerned, as on date. This is what is my submission. So I would like the members to interact on this, oppose me or support me, whatever.
No, I think I completely agree with you, Dr. Sundarajan. Because
Right.
regarding my experience, all that's I pointed out very clearly two things.
Yeah.
I completely support you, but but this education system we have to focus on India because I am globally traveling. I have a, research collaboration with many US universities, UK universities, and even Malaysian universities. When I compare with our system, what happened in India because of IT move, digital move, everyone, I mean, irrespective of the specialization, in an engineering college, Dr. Ocean told engineering. Everyone is looking either behind blockchain or even I have many projects running. I am from computer science. So I have many projects running with blockchain and artificial intelligence. But the question is fundamental education, concept based education. We lost it completely. We lost it. In information technology, or even I don't want to say computer science. Computer science and information technology is two different area. In computer science, I did not find any good one. This is the problem. Information technology, as Dr. Sundarajan tell, there is no lot of concept. There is a problem, somebody can code it, find a solution. Because existing problems are there, you find an automation. But how to build theories, how to make technologies, how to bring something new in the world, no discussion. Everyone, after mechanical engineering, there will be a programmer in a .NET programming or Java programmer, or even electronics and communication. Everyone is moving to this area because of the survival. Because IT industry, there is opportunity. In the case of other branches, the opportunities are comparatively less, or even attractive salary may not be there, or job style is there. Many components are there. But as educationalists, as academicians, the colleges, institutions, universities has to seriously think about Indian education system. We are really losing the concept based education where we are going to fail in our life. Anything happen to IT, one of anyway, everyone is having a level. So when something happened to IT industry, what will be the future of our graduates, our engineers? Pathetic. Even science, DRDO, or even military, or even R&D. I have around 20 projects are running, research projects are going on. I did interview for research assistant in many universities in India, but I was not happy. I was not satisfied. Okay, I am sorry to say that I did not get a good one. So where we all are talking about our education is going that and this one, but actually where we academicians, universities, colleges has to dig into it, and we have to seriously work on this one to get away or even find a solution to bring somebody those who have real knowledge. Something we are making for for IT education. I think online is wonderful because that is enough to teach a programming language, to teach a .NET or Java or PHP or any new things, Python. Everything is okay. But when we are going to the real computer science, concept, engineering, education, science, physics, chemistry, where we are, actually we are very low. This is the reality. We have to say the truth is bitter, but somebody has to say it. Academicians has to accept it. We all feel that, oh, we are something. India is growing. Where India is growing, I don't feel. India is growing in technological wise, in IT wise, programming wise, Infosys wise, or even data or any other. Maybe I'm not pointing at any company. We have to respect all these companies because they are bringing the foreign money to the countries. We are surviving only because of that. These all are truth. But unfortunately, we are losing the real fundamental, the whatever we are looking from education, that we are losing. Thank you, Dr. Sundarajan. You clearly point out this point. People like to have to come out and to bring something and to what to say. We have to loudly say to the India that in education we are now losing. This is the truth. Thank you.
Sir, as you rightly said, the basic knowledge of students are actually very poor. Maybe for the past, like, I don't know the exact era when it started actually. There were times that the school education and the college education in terms of India, it was really a great learning path for everyone. Whoever comes from foreign countries, they all give an opinion that Indian education system is the wonderful thing to have it. But after pandemic, we also, as a teacher, as a lecturer, I also feel that for the first year students, whoever comes for the degree program, they actually lack in basic knowledge, where they should
What
have
is
been in terms of like +1 and +2. Knowledge is like lacking.
Can I say
So
one
we
point
see
at
that
this stage? Just
Austin,
one
sir, right?
point.
It's like he's been waiting for a long time. Yes, sir.
I know, no. Because with due respect, I completely disagree with this point of view. Like this is what my dad would say, right? So I think that we're underestimating the new technologies. So there are 2-3 things I want to discuss. One, the younger generation is generally smarter than the previous generation. Okay, so saying that these days students don't know anything is actually a complete cop out. Okay, it's not like knowledge is improving; it is growing rapidly, and whatever you know right now, I know right now. Um, there is a huge decay factor. In fact, so that's something which we don't realize, right? So we need to overall the whole, not just the curriculum. Even the faculty need to be completely retrained. Okay, so I think that one this idea that in olden days this used to be like that. I bought my bicycle and it is still sturdy, etc. That kind of thing is not going to work anymore. Okay, so which means we are completely out of touch with reality. Okay, second thing is programming. I mean, programming is like reading, writing. It's a skill that like numeracy and literacy, you need to start learning how to, because computers are taking over everything. You should have a way to talk to the computer, right? So if you don't learn that, so it's not a derogatory thing. If I in fact I would say that, like, if you want to be a CEO of a good company, you should know how to code or understand, at least read code and then understand what it's saying. So I think that it's good thing that companies like Infosys and a lot of other companies are actually putting India on the world map. And oh, these guys don't know anything, they just know coding. See, that's a wrong thing to say, because it's like saying only read and how to read and write, that kind of skill. Okay, now everything works, everything is for example getting democratized. For example, we talked about AI. Okay, companies like Amazon, Google, they're putting everything on the cloud, and then they're offering cloud-based machine learning solutions, etc., just to make it very, very easy for even older people um, uh, to use these systems very easily, right? So I think I'm extremely happy with the way things are moving. Pretty excited. I'm meeting a lot of youngsters who are very, very, very smart. I met one guy, 14-year-old, a school student in Bombay, who's running a blockchain company and has raised $30 million. Okay, so this is happening all over the country, and uh, I think going to engineering colleges today with this curriculum and these set of faculty members is going to be a waste of time. In fact, I agree with Peter Thiel completely. Anything that you want to know, you can actually learn from the internet, and then I can give you countless examples of how conceptually sound some of these young people are. I think if you're running a second-rate engineering college with second-rate faculty and recruit second-rate students, then you will come up with these conclusions. I think we are completely wrong. We need to review. I know this is going to ruffle feathers, but then let me tell you that from my point of view, I meet youngsters who have innovative ideas. Venture capital is available in plenty. They're coming up. We are solving problems using technology, problems that have never been solved earlier. I think everything is moving excellently. I would say that I have absolutely no complaints. Sorry if it's contrary point of view, but
No, there's no contradiction
No,
in this.
no, no. Can I add
You
something?
I would also like to react to Dr. Austin.
Okay.
yeah.
No,
So,
actually, Dr.
nice
Austin,
that
okay.
you have brought out your viewpoint very nicely. I agree with you. Nowadays, a lot of experts are there. Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, all the things fantastic. No dispute on that. Okay. But a child, if you take, what is 1 plus 1? You use a calculator to do that. That is all not correct. That is what I am trying to say. So artificial intelligence, yes, we are also trying to use in our aerospace mechanism. We are also trying to use. Now we are trying to introduce. We have
A
not
very
done
slow
till now.
adoption.
Yeah, it's a very slow adoption.
Yeah.
Now, the point what I am trying to make is, I totally agree with you that AI intelligence, that artificial intelligence, machine learning systems, these type of things are introduced in the aerospace industry. It is no doubt excellent. But to create that, who should the students who are going to come up, they should be able to have that knowledge. First point, grasp of that thing, because the design of the aerospace system is not easy. There are so many factors. Which what is the book theories will not help there. There are so many other things involved. So coding is one part. Coding, do coding of what? Once if you know the basic concept, then only you will be able to do the coding. Coding cannot write a code without knowing what the program is supposed to do. For that, you have to know what is the theory behind that. But unfortunately, in the education system today, okay, even though you are introducing artificial intelligence course, has it been taught properly? People have understood that properly. Have they applied it properly? So these are all nowadays we all they are doing the projects. You must be knowing. You have got lot of outside fellows are there doing projects, BTech projects. Okay. What they do, they pay that money. That fellow gives you something, a list of projects he has got. These people bring the thing and then come to the college and say that this is what the project we have done and it is evaluated. What is the thing that fellow gains? Suppose I do something, no fault diagnosis, I make it. Will he be able to do it there? I don't think so. I am not able to find a person doing that. He
I
just
think you
brings
should
that
fail those
he
students.
introduces. So that's what I am telling. As I am only telling on that system. I am not
No,
telling
that
about
is
the
actually
technology
the
improvement.
drawback of the colleges. Actually, see, the
Colleges, that's what I am trying to bring
colleges
out.
do exactly the same thing. For example, for
Correct. Yeah.
AHD approval, what do? Is it if I look at look at all these documents, most of the documents are cooked up, and then there is bribery, and then all kinds of things happening. Right now, I don't think we should blame the students.
No,
See,
no,
if
I
you
am not blaming the
college,
No,
students.
no,
I
no,
am
no.
no,
What
not
I'm saying
no,
is,
sorry.
you're
I
in a
am not
college.
blaming the students. I
Dr.
am
What I'm
only
Austin.
saying,
telling.
yeah.
I am not blaming the college or anybody.
Yeah,
With this type of knowledge, with the degree you come out and join an organization, what is
True,
the
true, true.
contribution you can make? That's what I am trying
Yeah,
to
that
ask.
is why companies like Infosys, don't even take this as, education seriously. They put them through the whole training once more, right? I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have a, we have a campus in Mysore. We have a campus
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
Mysore. I think it's the global training campus. Actually, I'm not sure. It's a global academy basically. So it's like the
Correct.
next college for the
They're
yeah.
students,
teaching
who
everything
are coming out
again.
of engineering graduates, right? So we train them for a strenuous 9 months together in everything, right from A to Z. Okay, be it soft skills, be it IT skills, be it coding skills, everything under the sun is being trained. Not your physics, chemistry, biology, maybe, but everything that is to do with the IT industry is being trained there. And that's where we filter the candidates and then put them on the job or on the project. So
No,
that's the
these
No,
process.
colleges do a good
the,
job. You don't have
the
to do that.
problem, Dr. Austin, we are talking in a different way. I'm not against that. I'm not telling that all IT is bad, all AI is bad, all blockchain. All my research project is in AI and blockchain. We
Everything
are
is going to
talking
be
about
IT, sir. That's
we
what
are
I'm
we are
saying.
we are talking different way because even Infosys is doing. Even I know Mysore campus. Okay, I was there when I was in Mahalmati University in Kerala. I was there. The problem that is not even we don't want a BTech graduate for that. We know only plus two student, a plus 2 brilliant student, if go into Mysore campus of Infosys, they will get the same output. So the purpose of education is not that one. As Dr. Sundarajan told, that concept based education, concept based. Okay, totally IT, AI, blockchain,
There are a
all these
lot
are
of concepts
technologies.
in
So,
IT,
yeah,
Dr. Sharif.
not only not
How-
only IT, not only IT,
we
not
don't
only
do
IT,
just
IT.
programming just
No,
like that,
then that means
Because
that we will have
no,
to
IT,
fundamentally
IT,
change the way the education system is functioning today. So,
IT is not
probably
everything.
refine the way
IT,
it is
IT
functioning
is
today.
IT is giving solutions to other areas. How other areas have to be managed? Even aerospace, aeronautical, even physics, the true basic physics. IT. We are only because of IT. India survived thanks to Infosys, thanks to all the IT companies. No doubt in that actually. But the fundamental question is what? Is it that education? That is not education. If I am getting a student, those who are smart, intelligent to do the coding, of course we completely agree. Only 1%. But There is 90% of the world. Other areas are there. Science, medical science. I was wondering, my project, all my research in medical science. I was wondering, where is our medical research? Where is
So
our
I just want to give you one
doctors?
example here, Dr. Sheriman. See, we talked about medical. Okay, now conventional way we detect cancer, used to be experienced doctors looking at these pictures and then applying their 20 years of experience and coming out with classifying this as a cancer. Now today, a machine learning program can identify a
Question, I
cancer
agree
much
completely,
better
Doctor.
than no, no. What I'm saying
No
is
question.
no. The
Keep
central
IT
point
as a
I'm
tool. Keep IT as a tool. But fundamental medicine,
no. This is what I'm
operations,
disagreeing.
surgery,
No. If you
medicines,
can allow
all
me,
these are.
if you can allow me 1 minute, I want to make a see. I'm the point I'm disagreeing with here is digitization actually means IT as the top layer everywhere. So everything is going to be digitized. So there's a new way of doing things. So, for example, I gave you the example of looking at a cancer picture. For example, that is the way we used to do it old way. Okay, now there is a different method of doing that. So that is going to, whether you like it or not, it is going to take over the world. For example,
No.
e-commerce, delivery, everything is going to happen. So all other industries will get subsumed under this, and the customer will interact with you using digital technologies. There'll be intermediate technologies that do the processing, and the final result will come. So it's a
No,
complete. See, this is
100%.
why people are confused.
No. 100. IT is a tool. IT is
No,
supporting.
it is not a tool.
IT will not. IT. IT cannot. Even artificial intelligence. It,
No,
it
I
IT will
cannot be.
replace
Cannot be
the
replaced, isn't
teacher.
it? Fundamental education. A student. What is physics? What is electricity? What is current? That concept, if you are not able to brain to the student, he will not be success. That is we are talking. Fundamental education, concept-based education, we are losing. That concept is there means they can become anything. They can become expert in IT. They can become no problem in that. We are losing that. Our education system is losing that one. That is our. We are not. I am not. I am a computer science professor. How I can be against IT? It is my.
No.
It is
What
my.
I'm saying is, so
I, I think
that is really the problem.
I think losing the concept, it starts from the schooling actually. So the students, it starts from the schooling actually. The concepts are, imbibed and inbuilt
True.
into the children's mind, right? I think it will last forever. The fundamental is missing here. I
Yes.
agree. I partially agree with you, Shrimon sir, and Dr. Sundarajan as well. But the education system, I think we will have to tweak the education system a bit so that we come up with a good output of the education
We need
system
to
is
overall, not just tweak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Completely
probably I
transform.
just used a lighter word, so that not to harm anybody here. So
Professor
it's
is,
just
yeah,
No, we are really
light
right.
tweaking would be
they're all
required, or
grown up.
a complete
They can
refinement,
take.
or rather I would put it as complete refinement would be required, so that there is a concept wise education that has been taught in schools, and the students come out with the full breadth of knowledge across all the subjects, and then they choose what they want to do in their career. So I think that's what is missing now actually, if you ask me.
Yeah, here I would like to say that very nicely you said that from the school days it has come. But nowadays, what has happened because of the digital platform, there are so many distractions.
True.
So many distractions.
That's where they
Now,
learn the world,
yeah, no,
how the world works.
just a minute. It's okay. You can take it in a very lighter sense. Lot of distraction. A child wants to take the food only by watching some serial or TV or some dance and whatnot. No? So those type of things only they know that this young children want like that. Now, if you are seeing this, you can see the anywhere on the road walking. Also, people use the WhatsApp and then keep on watching some movies. So that's what I always used to say. The technology development has got its own attractions, at the same time, lot of distractions also. Advantages in some sense, it has got great disadvantage in many sense. These are available. This has been shown in some pictures also in a very nice way. Okay, I hope. Okay, Drishyam, if you see, you will be able to see that the message you will get from that movie. So, so we cannot say it all depends on the individual. Basically, finally, if it comes to the, if you want to really be a scientist or an economist or a financial man or IAS or whatever it is all the individual's ambition. That's what our Dr. Kalam used to always say. Dream, dream. Why he says you should become something like this. That thing should be focused on you. Unless or otherwise you have got that focus, you cannot succeed in anything. Say, okay, I have come, done some job, got retirement, got pension, and pass on. Cut off.
This is
Contribution
not
wise, I
digital
am trying to
transformation.
do. No, no, I'm telling you. But digital transformation has got a lot of distractions also. That's what I would
No
like to point.
distraction. See, I won't hire anybody if he doesn't play video games, for example. Okay. Um, so we need people who can think fast and have good reflexes and things like that. So in fact, I know top surgeons play video games before surgery. There are a lot of research now, how it rewires your brain. And if you can't read online,
Relaxation.
you need to not relaxing. I'm talking about the core skill to be able to process, to be able to simultaneously look at multiple things and things like that. So we are looking at a different world. Yeah. So we're talking about the metaverse, and now we are talking about what? All the concepts, just do a e-learning course, get them, thorough on concepts, that's easy. So e-learning can teach much better than, what your physical teachers are doing right now. You can test yourself constantly. There are flashcards. There are so many technologies available today, and you can master that actually. Instead of wasting um, for 4 years, 5 years in school, college, you can do that whole program in concepts you can teach, and then interact with experts and industry
Dr.
people.
Austin, I'm not agreeing with you because the things you are getting in the school is not that only. What is the purpose of education? Is it to make only the coding style or even the concept of e-learning? No, not at all. We are not making machines. Either 10-year or 12-year, they are in the school. They are getting everything: society, social values. All these things are we cannot. If you are thinking about only IT and machine learning or things, actually there is no world. Even I told, if basic science is not there, there will not be any IT. This is the reality. How IT comes, how IT has evolved. Because fundamentally we
Basic
have to
science
have
can
the
be
platform.
learned. See, we are talking about not learning the concepts. See, even IT, you have to learn the concepts.
No,
So
we
when you
are
say how
not
to do it,
against. We are
it's not like
nobody.
concept. We are against concepts.
Nobody is against IT at all. Because even the pandemic, the world proved that only because of IT we survived. No doubt in that actually.
Hey,
But the
use
question is,
IT to teach your
now we
concepts. I'm
have to
saying.
evaluate. We have to evaluate our graduate as a scientist or even as a person from as per my
That is
knowledge.
because of the
Dr.
poor
Sundararajan was
academic
in
system
our
that we
place.
have,
We are
not
losing
technology.
that area. Research, science, fundamental science, all these areas. Indian graduates are coming back. Even my experience in research, when I was trying to recruit the new graduates, I'm not getting
Oh,
somebody having research aspect, something
Indians are
having.
doing. Look at the US, sir. With due respect, all the top company CEOs are Indians. Okay, Indian educated.
That is all
Okay,
very few, doctor.
most of the
Very
companies,
few.
most of the
We cannot
companies.
compare that one. We have to think about 1.3 billion, isn't that the total big
No.
population?
One, see,
Even two, three
you're
CEOs,
talking
CEOs
about
are there. It's okay. They
no.
are
I'm telling
Americans.
you. See,
They are
no.
Americans.
What
They
I'm
are
saying,
not Indian.
no. See, their basic education they studied in Indian schools and Indian undergraduate, programs, and then they went and. So what I'm saying is, we cannot blame technology for poor the way we run schools and colleges and the kind of faculty we hire and and the attitude they have, this fossilized attitudes that they have, etc. That is going to harm. The future graduates. Nothing is going to change. So I would think that it's a waste of time to study for 4 years, 5 years, go into a college. I can do this completely online, and do practical projects and put your stuff on GitHub or something where employers can see and then they'll hire you. Okay, so I think this attitude that these days the younger people don't know anything, etc. This attitude itself is wrong. Younger people are much way smarter. If you look at the kind of problems they're solving, it's amazing. And, I think that's
See,
something that we
now
need to realize.
Very
I would
smart
like to ask
younger
you,
generation
Dr.
Uh,
actually. Very, very
Honorable
smart.
speakers, like due to time constraint, I request you people to finish off this,
You
come
finish
fast to
very
the
fast. Only
conclusion
one thing,
due
one
to time
doctor asked, and I
constraints.
want. Yeah, I
We
can
will never
understand
finish this
your
year. You can go on to the next question.
I
small
can
motive. Yeah.
understand. I was
It's a
not able to
never-ending
interrupt you
discussion, I
people.
believe.
I
Yeah.
can understand. I can understand.
Okay. So
So
anyhow, right,
conclusions.
fine. You see, one point what we must know is nobody is blaming anybody. Only thing is, yes, uh, nobody is telling that IT industry is bad or anything, something like that. Obviously, IT is also is another field, like any other field. But only one point, what thing is because the education system, institute is conducting this seminar, I am talking more about education. They have to produce some quality students. Have to come. But if you want to really contribute on the scientific side or on the IT side also they can do wonders. No doubt on
I
it.
think you should recruit
So,
quality
etc.
faculty.
That is the reason what happened. You require quality. So rightly
I
said.
agree.
Exactly.
No,
Rightly
Yeah.
said that.
no,
That is the
no, I
first point. I am
completely
coming
agree.
to that.
Yeah, completely
I am coming to that
agree.
point. That is the reason what recently VSSC, Trivandrum, what they have done space thing. They want to restructure the entire course which they want to train themselves, the students, give the education for 4 years or 5 years, whatever it is, and then absorb them in their job. But as Dr. Austin said, but today our people, young generation are excellent and whatnot, then the employment problem should not exist.
Exactly.
Now the employment problem should not exist. Then all of
That's because they
everybody
teach you
wants to
the
do
wrong
IT.
things.
That they are going mainly okay where you are going okay IT they are paying me 60,000 okay why are they getting 20,000 I would like to go IT. This is what the
No, no, yeah.
general students
What's
mind.
wrong with that? Yeah, I will go
Nothing
where
wrong in that. I'm not telling
they pay me
wrong.
more.
I'm not telling that. I'm not telling it is wrong or right. But their mentality goes in that way. Even the engineering graduates, they want to go and work as BPO and then they want to go into the IT side. Then whatever they should study engineering, I don't know. Okay. That means the aim and your focus in the beginning itself should be very clear as what you want to be. If that type of thing is cultivated in the minds of youngsters, probably that will pave them the way. That what line they are supposed to choose and proceed and contribute and establish themselves. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay, very nice that I could interact with all of you. Okay, if anything wrong I have said, please don't take it serious.
This is panel discussion, doctor. No problem.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
fine.
That's an opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
Okay.
we all are
Tangaraj
doing.
sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I'm very sorry due to, I think the flip side of the digital side also displayed in this due to some internet
I guess
instability.
you're
It's
a
on
good
and off.
listener, sir. I guess you are a good listener.
Yeah, the
You've been
reason is,
listening to
yeah.
everyone so patiently. Sir, my question is to you, sir, because you are in the position where you will be able to employ our students. The next stage of student life is the employment, actually. So, like, what are
I'm
all the
sorry.
skills?
I'm intermittently losing the audio and the video.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. If I've heard your question right, you're talking about the employability skills that is required, right? To
Yes.
answer this question,
This
let me make
question
it
is
very
for
simple.
you
I
as
think most
well
of the
as for
academics
Aruna
also
ma'am,
agree
actually.
that.
I don't know. You should answer till he comes back.
Yes, Aruna ma'am, you
Yeah.
can
Tell me
answer
the
this.
question, ma'am, please. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Tell
what
me.
are the skill set it is required for students to get the employment?
Yeah. First and foremost is a soft skill. When I say soft skill, they should have the basic etiquettes. The communication is vital, okay, in this digital world, okay, be it a digital world or a non-digital
So,
world, communication is missing. Yeah, Mr. Tangraj is also back. Just give me a second. And then I think Mr. Dr. Austin spoke about the Internet of Things,
yeah, sorry
blockchain,
that
machine
I got
learning,
disconnected again.
AI, all of these
No
new
problem, sir.
digital technologies, right? So there are about 7 or 8 digital technologies, which the students should have as a basic skill today. Okay. Uh, uh, I mean, I wouldn't say Java, C, C++ is no longer required, but that is also a foundation to start with. And then, you move on to these, branch out to these technologies, where, you can fit into the IT space. That's definitely important for any, graduate or an engineer graduate to get employed in the IT companies. That's my take here. Yeah, I will leave it to Tangraj because he's been struggling.
Yes. Tangraj, sir. So, ma'am has clearly told about what are all the engineering background, the skill set which is required in terms of
Yeah,
engineering background.
sorry that I got
So, in
disconnected.
terms of
Yeah, sorry
managerial
that I got
skills,
disconnected again.
So can you hear me?
Yeah. So I was saying that
We're losing you.
Yes.
see, one thing is what I basically find is one is on the communication side, right? On the conceptual understanding, there is a gap. See, what has been taught in the textbooks and what is practical, of course, but even if you take the concepts what we teach and take out the next semester, so some technology we keep, so it's a process of continuous on the continuous skill upgradation is
Your voice is breaking. Yeah.
Skills is the one. Some students are extremely brilliant, but the way they communicate, and more importantly today,
Sir, your voice is breaking.
training also to be given. Adopt a very
So I think Dr. Tangraj pointed out a very good point. You'll have to stay updated or constantly update yourself, and that's not just for the students alone. I would recommend this for the professors or the lecturers, and even for us, the IT, the IT consultants or the IT employees, right? We'll have to stay relevant in the current situation. Okay, if you don't stay relevant in the current situation, then you're losing a lot, and you won't be able to fast pace with this digital world, because it's accelerating at a very, very, enormous pace that, if you don't stay relevant in the current situation, you will lose out in this race. That is what I can tell you. And constantly keep updating yourself. Otherwise, you will become redundant in the place you are in, whether it is a school or in a college or in an IT place or wherever you are, right? So if you don't stay relevant and if you're not updated yourself, your database, then you're gone. That's it.
But
I would like
colleges
to
you can
add
survive.
one last point. Actually, I would like to talk as an employer. I'm the chairman of a Wellfoods group of companies in Cochin. I have more than 1,200 employees. I have an IT company also. As an employer, if you are asking me what is the main constraint I am facing, to get the right people. This is my simple answer. We have food technology, we have food scientists, we have more than 1,300 staff. Almost around 250 BTech graduates are working with me. What is my fundamental problem? I am not getting right employees in Cochin. I don't know, maybe in Chennai or in other places, maybe the situation different. Even I took students from
Because
Tamil Nadu.
Cochin folks are coming here to Bangalore, if you ask me.
Even yeah, because no, that's I'm telling actually. As an employer of more than 1,000 employees, my fundamental problem in India doing business is I'm not getting a right candidate. This
You
is
need to
my problem.
compete for good candidates.
If any
global
institution can
problem,
promise me, if any institution can promise me, I can give you the right candidate, I am ready to give the salary what they demand. But the problem
But
is,
they also
I'm
want
not
other things from the
I am
companies.
not. This is the fundamental problem of our education system. Of course, Dr. Austin, as a professor, I completely agree. I flip into that side. Our professors, our teachers, our faculties has to change 100%. They should promise that we will produce the right candidate, we will produce the right product because it's a product. Fundamentally, when I am paying money, I have to get the return, isn't it? Actually, I mean, if a teacher, a professor is able to agree, or even a university or college, if the management is able to say that we will produce the right product, definitely there will not be there is. Do you think that there is unemployment or problem in India? I am laughing on that. I am laughing because an employer with more than 1,000 employee, I am laughing. Where there is unemployment? No, there is no unemployment in India. But the problem is what? Right people, right candidate. We are losing that. That is the fundamental problem of education. Once India is able to solve that one, definitely we will be number one in the world. There is no doubt in that. Of course, IT maybe we will get to the top companies. We cannot compare Infosys. They are giants. But there are many middle level companies in IT sector, and we are one of my company is 57 years old in Cochin. 57 years. in seafood sector. And we are struggling. Really, we are struggling. We are struggling with the old people, with the new people. Attitude, it's a big problem. Soft skill,
Talent gap.
presentation. This is the
Everywhere
reality.
there, sir. I think Dr. Sherimon, that problem is everywhere. Even in IT, we face this problem as part of the recruitment. Actually, if you ask me, we don't get the right candidate. See, we need candidates who are smart, who can do multitasking, who can connect the dots, who can, go deep into customer requirements. So that stuff, or that level of people, we don't get it actually. So
We can make, madam, if we are giving if the education institution is right, everything is education, madam. It's a training.
yeah,
If you are
it's
able
the
to train an
foundation.
elephant, if you are train an elephant from the forest on the road, they are walking in the temple, they are taking the candle. That is, everything is training. Problem is with our professors, our faculties, our teachers, our institution. Accept it. Openly accept it. What we feel that we are something like so-called professors, we cannot come down. This attitude has to be changed. Make the product to the industry and sell it.
Exactly.
Industry is eagerly looking for it. Industry is eagerly waiting for it. We are ready to pay. If I am able to get if I am able to get a good employee, I don't mind about the salary. Some of the employees losing from me, I am requesting them, I am begging them, don't leave. What do you want? I will give. When they move to Gulf or other area, I will say whatever you are getting there, I will give it to you. This is the real situation of an employer in India. And at the same time, we are crying about unemployment. Where we are going? We are fighting to the things which is, everyone knows the problem. But can you suggest one college? One college can promise that we are producing 100% wonderful product. You make it, you will unemploy. What an employer is looking for. When he is paying, he has to get the return, isn't it? It is business. Otherwise, this is not government sector. This is not DRDO, or even this is not other aspects. The private sector companies, what they are looking for, that they have to get the return. Otherwise, they cannot survive. It's very simple. Otherwise, we have to do some smuggling. A true company is those who are sincerely doing. They cannot run the show. This is the problem. A company owner and own a company in a way that our parents started, second generation started. Last 56 years, we are giving employment to the people, and now we are really struggling. And so-called India, we say that there is unemployment. There is no unemployment in India. There is no proper
Agree with you.
employment.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my experience I share, not a.
Agree with you completely.
You can argue.
We completely agree, sir. Tangaraj sir, Tangaraj sir is on the frame. Jai Shri ma'am, or we can close the session. I guess due to technical issues, he was not able to join. So I request Ms. Preeta, Assistant Professor from Faculty of Computer Applications, to propose the vote of thanks.
Before that, thanks for this opportunity. I think it was a great privilege for me and honor to be with all of the experts here. I would say,
Yes.
I'm just small
And
here.
the panel discussion has become a great brainstorming session, actually. Yeah. Preeta, you can take over.
It was interesting.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so good morning all. It is indeed my great pleasure to propose vote of thanks. This is Preeta, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Computer Applications. Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get this opportunity to one among the team. On behalf of the organizing committee, I convey my deep regards and hearty thanks to our Honorable Founder, Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam, and President ACS Arun Kumar Sir. They supported in all possible manners to organize this conference. I would like to thank all the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence. I'm also very much thankful to all the committee members and the invited speakers, Dr. Sundararajan Sir R, Mr. K. Tangaraj, Dr. Astin, and Dr. Sherimon PC, and Ms. Aruna Srikanth for their valuable information and the way they motivated the students in an extraordinary, and words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape the conference. I'm very much thankful to our head of the department, Dr. Vijay Vinodman, and all our faculty colleagues of FOCA and non-teaching staff members who always stand by us and motivate us. The participants and our dear students members for making this conference a great success. And last but not least, I would like to thank by saying an event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheel standing rolling months in advance, we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of a very motivated and a dedicated students and volunteers. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the
Great talking
opportunity.
to you all, guys.
Great. Yeah, great.
Thank you very much. Thank you all panel members. It was nice time. Even we bargain, we fight, but it was good. Thank you all.
I know.
Definitely. Thank you.